Let's take a look at the other side of the issue. Those mothers-to-be who are considering and who are somehow helped by the church. We're joined now by a guest who is the subject of the new film called Gimme Shelter. She's the founder of Several Sources Shelter. Kathy DiFiore, welcome to Conversation with Cardinal Dolan.
Thank you so much. It's such an honor to be here with you today.
Kathy, you got it backwards. It's an honor for us to have you, Cardinal Dolan, here. You and I share mutually good friends in Tony and Christy DeNicola. So I was thrilled to meet you because I had heard such acclaim about your work. Tell us a little about the shelter program. I'm so inspired by it. This is not, again, another caricature of us, Kathy. We like to yell and scream and yell at women not to have abortions, but we don't embrace them. We don't shelter them. We don't help them. You're a living counterexample of that. Tell us about your shelter program.
Well, our shelter program, the first thing is they're private homes. We have 4 of them. They're in quiet residential neighborhoods. I'll give you an example. We have a benefactor that pays for their college education. They don't have loans to pay. They daycare. We have house mothers that help them through all different types of adversities. We have psychologists that works with them on their problems. They're like our daughters, you know, and the relationships are long-lasting. I know some women that were in my program 25 years ago, and they still stay in touch. One of them serves on our board of directors. So we become like an extended family to them. And they make our lives better, Cardinal. You know, when I look at these young women and their children that are now going to college, and one was held by Mother Teresa, and she said to me, Kathy, do you think some of Mother Teresa might have rubbed off on me? She's 25 years old. So that's the legacy of this pro-life work. It's one of love. I want to change the name from pro-life to pro-love. What do you think?
I like it. You know, Kathy, Father Dave and I were recalling a pro-life march in Albany last year and being very moved by a sign saying, let's love both the baby and the mother. So there's your pro-love. Yeah. Kathy, we're talking with Kathy DiFiore, the founder of Several Sources Shelter and the subject of the wonderful new movie, Gimme Shelter. Kathy, how do you get the women? How do they find out about you? How do you come in contact with them?
Well, we do have a mobile sonogram unit outside one of the abortion clinics in Englewood, New Jersey. Some of them are actually walking into an abortion clinic, and we have sidewalk counselors, and they can just walk across the street and they can see their baby. And I can tell you 100% of women that it's in our little mobile sonogram unit, once they hear that heartbeat and they see their baby, you know, they need us, and sometimes they need a place to live. And we have a hotline, and we've been doing this for 33 years, so you can imagine how many people call, and whether it's a high school principal or guidance counselor, an aunt, or a friend of a friend, somebody that was in our program. You know, we're on the Internet. Oh, my God, I would say at least 70% of the young ladies that come to us come through the Internet.
You yourself, you were right out of college. You worked on Wall Street, and then what triggered this magnificent solicitude for women struggling to keep their babies?
It was my faith, and I ended up getting this house, this little tiny house in New Jersey, and I prayed the prayer of St. Francis of Assisi, and that prayer gave me the strength to open up a home, my home, to young women and their babies. And from there, God just blessed and blessed and blessed and blessed the work. And 33 years later now, I have 4 homes and a daytime shelter for homeless women in Newark. And I'm ready to do more if you have it for me.
You'd be the first person I'd call, Kathy. Your noble work. Again, we're honored on this day before the March for Life to have Kathy DiFiore, the founder of Several Sources Shelter, and the new movie, Gimme Shelter. It's all about her, and it's well worth seeing. Kathy, you have not been free from harassment. We expect setbacks. We expect adversity. You and I, people of faith, call that the cross. But you've also gotten harassment from the state, haven't you? I understand you've been fined. What happened? They said you were running illegal boarding houses, or what was it?
Yeah, back in 1984, I'd been working for 3 years with the Young Mothers, and I got a $10,000 fine for. I didn't know that according to state law, I was running an unlicensed boarding house, and this was terrible. And I got state people to help pass a bill. They called it the DiFiore bill that would exempt our homes and other homes. But then the governor wrote a letter to me saying that he was going to veto the legislation. And I cried that night. But I'd seen Mother Teresa on TV, and she was with John Cardinal O'Connor. She was opening up an AIDS hospice on Christopher Street. And in the morning when I was saying my prayers, I heard a little voice say, "Contact Mother Teresa." And I thought I was going crazy. I thought I'd seen her on TV. That's why I heard the voice. But then I went down for a cup of tea, and I heard a screaming voice in my head saying, "Contact Mother Teresa." Within 4 phone calls, I'd met a man at the March for Life named Drew DeCourcy. Drew had been with Mother Teresa the night before. He volunteered in her soup kitchen, and he got her on the phone. She said she would help me, and she wrote a letter to the governor 3 times. In the letter, she said, "I beg you not to veto this legislation for people who want to help these young mothers have their babies." Well, of course, he was up for re-election. The headlines were Kane versus Mother Teresa, and you know what the governor did? He signed the bill into law.
Thanks be to God. Boy, I wish
David and Goliath.
I wish Mother Teresa were still around today.
Yeah.
Because there are still people that are having trouble. Well, never mind. You bet she is. You bet she is, Kathy. Now tell me, have you spread beyond New Jersey, the shelter movement?
We're all the way around the globe, really. Best kept secret. We have a crisis pregnancy center in the Ukraine, a crisis pregnancy center in Uganda, and I just wait to see what God puts in front of me. And when I die and I get judged, I never want him to say I left something unturned. And these babies, their mothers, call. They see us on the internet and they ask for help, and we try to help them out. So we start seeds planted in different places around the globe. But we're all over the United States. We have a girl living with us now that was from California. There were no open beds in California. Benefactor paid for her to come and live in New Jersey. One from Florida, another benefactor. We don't want them to, go to a clinic. And
From the movie, it dawned on me that really the charism is that these troubled women become part of a warm, loving family. Yes. It's not an institution. They're in somebody's home, and they make friendships and establish a solidarity that lasts them forever. Kathy, we love you. We thank you. You're an inspiration to us on this day before the national recommitment to pro-life. Once again, give us how people can get in touch with you.
And my website is severalsources.net, okay? And that's where you can get
severalsources.net, okay.
Yeah, that's where you can get a kit on how to open a shelter.
There you go.
We need more shelters.
You bet we do. We need more Kathy DiFiores. Listen, keep up the good work.
Also, lifecall.org. If you know someone who is considering an abortion or considering discerning having a child, a great resource there, and 1-800-NO-ABORT.
I pray you'll be mine and watch her where she goes and help her to be wise.